Hey my friend, this is Parthias, a digital marketing expert. And in today's video, I will be sharing you a couple of Twitter marketing or rather Twitter social platforms statistics with which you can understand whether you should start taking Twitter into your regular digital marketing activities or whether you should simply drop it off from your marketing plan. So without wasting time, let's move on to our slide deck, today's presentation. So as you can see, that Twitter is, you might be knowing that Twitter is wide platform, but you might not be knowing what are the exact number of users who are already using and what kind of audience is using Twitter. So let's look at this slide. It shows that there are near about 145 million monetizable users. Meaning this is the potential of Twitter. There are 145 million people or Twitter accounts which are ready to buy something from each or any of the business who are showcasing their products or solutions or services on Twitter. So you can figure it out what a huge market it is. There are 145 million people who want to buy stuff from you. Next, these are a couple of the statistics of the country, bifurcated the country wise. It shows in which country what number of percentage of users are being deep dived into the Twitter. This is the statistics which was measured in July 2019, and you can simply notice that the majority of the chunk of Twitter users is from United States, and India has a huge chunk. Again, in percentage amount, it would be 7.75% while comparing to the entire world. But if you consider that 7.75% of Indian public, then it is a huge amount. So if you are based in India and if your Twitter user or if your potential target audience is also residing in India, then also you have a huge potential to gain something out of Twitter. But if your business is such that you are staying in India and you are gaining business from the first world countries like United States or UK, then you can simply figure it out that there in United States there is around more than 48% of users, and for United Kingdom there is more than 14.1% of users. These are the all statistics, so you can simply notice and make an assumption that this would have been already been grown widely in past 1.5 years. Now next, we have Twitter users are comparatively, you can say that they are pretty much younger audience as compared to the audience which are using other social platform. Younger meaning not the teenagers or millennials, but of course the audience which are using Twitter would be somewhere around the age of 18 to the age of 45. But if you are comparing it with any other social platform, then you may find that there would be some large chunk of age group of audiences who are more than 65, and they are only present on maybe on Facebook, but they are not present on Twitter. So if your business is such that you have the target audiences or the potential customer base is a bit younger audience, then you can definitely think of Twitter. Next, you can see that the tweets which are driving the Twitter platform, meaning the first time tweet which are publishing in any of the Twitter account are mostly done from only 10% of Twitter users. So this shows that only 10% of Twitter users are actually saying something, and rest of the entire audience, meaning 90% of Twitter users are simply clicking on either on the like button or on the retweet button. They are not saying their own messages. So you can simply assume that if you have a nice message to describe with your audience or share it with your audience, then people will definitely be interested into sharing it with their community without hesitating, right? Now, it is obviously, this slide shows that the more active you are, the more number of followers you would get. So this is true for any of the social platform. So let's move on to the next slide. This slide shows that people are more interested in networking with those individuals or corporate accounts which are transparent while sharing their messages. They are not hiding something. They don't have any asterisk signs, right? Next, if you consider that you are running an ad, video ad, I would say, for any other platform, and the same video ad you are also running for Twitter platform, then the cost per engagement which you get for Twitter video is 50% cheaper. So you can think of it that how much into the cheap price you can get majority of the leads, right? Next, people are usually more interested in engaging with the ads which are showcased on Twitter rather than the ads which are showcased on any other platform, because majority of the people, most of the people know that once ad arrives either on YouTube or either on their Facebook page or somewhere on the corporate page, or let's say anywhere on the Google, they simply scroll it away from there, or they simply click the back button. But while talking about Twitter, there are 26 times, no, the chances are increased that most number of people are spending their time with the Twitter ads. This shows that 26% more time are spent on the Twitter ads, right? Next, of course, the Twitter tweets which are having hashtags on them will get most number of the engagement compared to the tweets which don't have any hashtags. So don't forget to add hashtags to your tweet, but make sure that you have a relevant hashtag. If you don't know how to find the relevant hashtag or the trending hashtag, don't worry, in the future video I would be covering that topic as well. Next, tweets with the tweets which are having videos as a media file attached into it are getting 10 times more engagement with the tweets. So that's pretty much the basic statistics or basic overview of the Twitter platform. So I'm sure that you got to know that if you have, meaning if you just kind of create a filter or the benchmarks or the touch points, being that if your target audience is a bit younger audience, or if your target audience is bit more educated audience, and if you want to get leads generated at cheaper cost, if you want to create a video and run it via an ad, and then you want to generate a kind of lead via that video, then you would be getting 50% less cost per engagement. And if you have I would say the relevant hashtags on your tweets and you are tweeting regularly, then more and more number of people would like to follow your account, whether your account is the personal profile or whether your account is the corporate profile, but they would be interested in following you, in networking with you, and they would be rather interested in buying your solutions whenever you would like to offer with them. So by saying that, I would like to end my today's slide, and if you are new to this channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button or follow the channel or follow the page, and stay tuned for the upcoming videos. By saying that, thank you, bye-bye.